Let's start with a more safe trap to disarm. Okay, we failed that, so then I'm not gonna do any more. That's fine. It's 15 XP, it's like nothing. I've checked all the corpses here. Let's dig up a grave, as we always do, just one grave. Almost there. Bring the horseshoe, whatever. Back to Shire of Men. And I suspect this is the final contract that we had in Manshire, so I think we're on to a Bryn contract. Or we could go to the special dungeon by Bryn, or Manshire, that we'd found. I don't know if we are ready for that. I think we could. Maybe, and then we would get like a relic or something. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. Do. And here we have some identification scrolls. Potion of hallucinations give you a bad trip. Soon you will unlock a very powerful skill on the electromancy tree. Ooh, okay, skill. Soon is maybe a bit optimistic. Okay, 2 levels. Then we get the next tier. And then this one is 3 levels.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Omnipotent. That does sound like someone who would be a wizard. An omnipotent wizard. Welcome and thank you for the follow, sir. The orb one that stays on the ground is too strong. Okay, fair enough. That's 3 levels from now. The ball lightning. Fair enough. Yeah, that does seem pretty powerful when I read the... I mean, all of the late game stuff looked pretty powerful when I read the devlog. We'll explore it in depth when we get it. I like to play around with the stuff myself. A Wanderer's Mantle. This might be what I've been looking for. There was a point in the game where I needed some tankiness a little bit more than I needed proper, like, you know, magic equipment. And I think we've passed over now to a point in the build where I need just more magic power and more energy, because I can keep the enemies at bay if I'm strong enough. And magic power scales our ability to knock people away and stuff like that as well. So I think that's the new chess piece that we will be going. And that is the same, yeah, Wanderer's Cowl, Wanderer's Mantle. Okay. That will be a buy from me. Picking up our money here. I didn't forget where they were. So let's sell all the other stuff first. And then buy the Wanderer's Car, Mantle. Put that away. Jonna, you're naked in the street. Cool. Oh, look at that. That actually looks kind of nice. With a little... I'm not sure what this is called. A trim here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Omnipotent says, good evening. Finally catching your Stoneshard dream. Yay. Yay. Someone wants to watch my stream. Yay. I hope you'll find it enjoyable. We are looking for moose and deer antlers. And we have moose antlers in the inventory. So now we're just looking for deer antlers to complete that quest. I wonder how our reputation is doing in Manshire. We are at Benevolence, which is what you start at in Osbrook, so not a huge difference yet. Oh, the reputation loss in Bryn was much larger than it was in Manshire, for example. I thought the 28, 30, and 30 was for all the towns, but because we were caught in Bryn, the negatives are much larger there. Look at that. Okay. Don't steal. Don't do crime, kids. You dirty geese forcing the lady to be naked in the streets. I would never. She wanted it. Let be told. She wanted it. Cancel Keejchen. What am I doing? Selling that. I want to check if there is a new contract to do here. There is one. Fugitive's Hand. We'll just jump right into that. I'm feeling some dungeons. You do want to watch. Discovered Stoneshard a few months ago and in your YouTube channel soon after. Cool. Well, you found the best game. Then. Oh, it's looping now. We've already done that dungeon here. I see. Monastery, the hosting extinguisher was still 4 skulls. Okay. We found a point of interest here. Camp on a clearing. Okay. We can camp. Moose Trail. We haven't found like the Witch's Hut or any other special rumor thingies throughout this playthrough. Maybe we can go up here and look for the Rotten Willow Tavern. I suspect it must be right up here. And there we can also buy Nikif. So we'll go buy that, then go to the dungeon there. Do we have an extra purse here? We do. Which means I do need to bring some money, but I think, what, 500-ish should be enough. What am I forgetting? Repair. There are reasons to still bring the flail. I'm opening doors with it and stuff like that, you know, so... Not selling it yet. I need to sneeze. Oh, in a second. Oh, I dropped a water skin before, so we have to replenish that. Let me check the hunter guy. I wonder... 225 for a Death Stinger jar. Oh, this way we can have an ally, technically. So, with the Seal of Reflection, if I throw down a Death Stinger jar against an enemy mage, I could cast the Seal of Reflection on a Death Stinger swarm. There you go. I wonder... I think I will save the Potion of Hallucinations. Bad Trip. Bad Trip usually lasts a really long time. So if I could throw this at the troll and give the troll a bad trip while fighting it, That might be pretty powerful. I will save it. Could be deceptively good. He's one of the best. Oh, come on. Wait, are we talking about me or someone else? Because I only made one guide. But thanks. If it's for me, then thanks. Love Keejchen's dedication. Okay. Well, you're making me all embarrassed here. I only made one guide, though, I think. Right? For the Stoneshard, anyway. Did I forget something? No, I think we're good. You see most of my runs, huh? Okay. Your Let's Play for me as a guide. That's fair. I do try to make it like a guide in that way. So that other people can learn something from what I've learned, you know. That's always been my approach to YouTubing. You know, and something I do when I approach other YouTube videos for someone playing a game, I usually I go with the intention of learning how they play the game. And so when I YouTube myself, that's the goal, is to share the knowledge that I've discovered for free. Being the socialist, communist pig that I am. Is the XP farming via Death Stinger still a thing in this update? I'm not sure if it is what you want it to be. I'm definitely doing it. We found a few Death Stinger swarm hives, but they stopped spawning Death Stingers after... I haven't found a pattern in it yet, but they do stop at some point spawning. So I'm not sure if they always did that, because I haven't really tried it as much before. But for sure, whenever we find one, I just sit there and wait for them to stop spawning while just murdering every swarm. Because magic is really good at that. Good. Oh, and now they're next to each other. And then they're dead. It takes 39, both of them, with one cast there. So, when the short circuit lines up perfectly, then it's my most powerful spell. But it is like an insane combo setup kind of thing. Which I really like that about electromancy. It forces you to really think about how you use your things. Although, as you can tell, I can now also manage by just using jolt and kiting. But our peak is when the combos and the stars align and my combo plays out. It's just amazing. I'm dedicated to finding that Rotten Willow Tavern now. Let's go do it. That didn't happen before. There were 3 swarms and they just kept coming. Levels galore. Alright, yeah. I'm fairly sure that they stop. Or maybe I'm just not patient enough. I feel like I waited around for like 20, 30 turns-ish, and then they didn't spawn new ones. And so then I stopped trying. I'm not afraid of you. Flea ward. Someone's fighting somewhere. Let's go further east. The Grizzly Gentleman. I adore this game. I backed the Kickstarter, play through alpha, beta, and early access, and sadly exhausted myself. Now waiting for the full release to just back into one of the most passionately, integrally crafted games I've ever seen. That's, yeah, my general experience as well. I've had breaks. And I completely understand. You know, you play a game too much, you get exhausted on it, no matter how good it is. I see something here. It's very small, but I'm sure that the tavern is just north of here, or something at least is there. And you backed it in the Kickstarter, so you are one of the champions of Stoneshard who made it possible. Thank you, sir. The Kickstarter ended before I was aware of the game, so never had the chance. No worries, man. I used to work as a... I've talked about this at length, but I used to work as a translator and proofreader, and I have worked with a lot of, what's it called? Dyslexic people. So, I'm not saying you're dyslexic, but the reading things that have been spelled correctly is like second nature to me. I try at least. So don't worry about it. And I've seen the worst that you can possibly imagine. Oh, only 240 for the Nicav here. It's like on discount. Then we got the mage here. This is the one that knows Jonna. Fires of the Providence. Jonna, is that you? I've never hoped to see never hoped to see you again. Okay. And here of all places. I thought you were long dead. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. We've done this before. I'm looking for work, but he just wants me to trade quest items to him. I have something for you? I do? No. Oh, I can give him my cursed items, I think. I'm not sure if I can give them off of my... no, I'm not sure how that works. Oh, and he has the 3rd level treatises. Ooh. So if we had infinite money, we could, this very moment, get the next tier of spells. But I'm content to wait for 2 levels. I think it'll be fine. And next level we will not be spending an ability point at all, because we're saving it up. And so we could shortcut that if I had 4,000 gold, but we don't, so it's a very easy choice. I was hoping to... What was I hoping to do here? Not anything, really. No. How did you know the tavern was here? Was it a rumor? So, the Rotten Willow Tavern, again, and this is in my experience, as you always front load with that, is always north of Manshire and along the road. And so I didn't know that it was in this spot, but I knew that, you know, it was in this area up here, and the road will lead us there, kinda. So, not 100%. I have seen it sometimes be a little bit more off to the east, but it's generally like north. Like just like the Oak and Barrel Brewery is always east of Osbrook, and the cart here is always south. There's some general geographical things that will always remain true, even though the map is randomized. And like the way that Osbrook is always, you know, northwest of Manshire, and so on and so forth. They have, like, yeah, some rules for spawning the things. So it's not like a truly random map. Whether that is good or bad is up for the individual to decide. I think I would have preferred a true random map, but I also get how that would have been harder to achieve without making the game less playable. You know, this way they can restrict some randomness in the map and then make sure that the game experience is set up correctly and sort of paced in the way that they want, instead of being so random that sometimes you get a really weird gameplay experience and stuff like that. Yeah, no worries, man. You're always welcome to ask. Sometimes I don't know what questions to answer, what information to give if there are no questions. Same goes for the YouTube comments. First of all, I get, I always get excited whenever there's a comment on my YouTube channel, and I always am happy to answer any questions. It shows that people care about the game that I care about, so what more could I want? What? Nice. So, a forest viper ambushed me. It started fleeing for its life immediately, and Jonna just turned around and smacked it with the staff. Didn't even have to do anything. Awesome. Let's dig up a grave. Dig, 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 dig. Ooh, proper loot. So this finding the Rotten Willow Tavern wasn't really that important. I'm not sure why we cared. Now we know where it is, and once we know where it is, then we can fast travel to it. We could have fast traveled away from it, but the dungeon is equally in between Manshire and the tavern, so there would have been no shortcut. And I suppose it's nice. Now we can fast travel to the tavern, so we know we can go there to get the books, and we know that we can go there to buy the Nikev cheaper. Though we gotta calculate in the travel cost, which I'm not sure what that costs to get to Manshire, so. Okay, there they are. 3 wolves, okay. We did not sleep recently, so let's try not to throw the game here. Resonating for 3 more turns. Let me do some calculations here. If we... 6... No, I think I will hit you like that. 4 more turns here. Good. Then we shoot you. This would be my first time having 3 resonating targets to trigger static field on. Awesome. Oh, and if only we could get so lucky. These 2 are stunned, so this one, if I walk here, it will step over there. Murder! 57, 71, 78, 68. Awesome. That was the best use of the whole electromancy combo we've done for this entire playthrough. Nice. Thanks, man. That felt good. Finally made it truly work the way it's supposed to. Now we just gotta do it where it matters, because I could probably punch those wolves to death at the level that I am at. But no, and I'm not gonna test it. I don't think we can ever go into melee contact with anyone. I'm just too weak, squishy little mage. No guards outside here? Okay. Nothing to cook. Well, down and down into the deep. We do not have vigor or the blessing. That, and I have already have some fatigue. Okay. That's a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here without those buffs. Is that the boss room? Are you kidding me? Oh, and these are higher tier bandits. Yeah, so we are going to play very safely, and then as soon as we get fatigued, we are out of here. Really, I should head back to town if I wanted to min-max this, but I'm not going to do that right now. We just spent all that time walking here, and this is bad. Okay, at least we got that off. So, hit him. Okay, maybe this is gonna be fine. Yeah. Maybe? Yeah, we gotta throw something at him. Take my money and go. Okay. Oh, wow. He can dash? Yeah, we're dead. And I didn't sleep at the tavern. Okay, is this gonna work? Am I gonna get away? Oh, they don't follow me out of the dungeon. So the bad news is that if I go back to town and then come back here, those 3 guys will be waiting for me inside the door. And it's a bit of a walk, but I can't beat those guys without some help. Yeah, I think we gotta go back, and I know we have a stone skin potion in Manshire, so we're gonna bring that one, and then we're gonna go in there and face tank those dudes. It's the only way. Now they were wounded right now, of course, so I could have tried to kill one of them. I think they will heal while I'm gone. Yeah. This was more fun. Good. Yeah, no, we played safe. Drinking some decaf. The dungeons are closer to town in general now, right? Yeah, they used... There was an update where they moved them closer to town. And, that was nice. The walking part of the game is still, of course, everyone's least favorite. It's tricky because it gives... I think the world is built correctly. I feel like it feels realistic, but it's kind of like we need a horse, you know, or something, some sort of something that helps with the transportation to and fro sides. And I know we have the caravan that can cart us around a bit. It's just not enough, and they said that they are working on it. You know, because the Stoneshard world is supposed to be like at least double the size that it is right now when the game is done, with it, if not more. I think it's supposed to be more, like we are in one region and then there's going to be more regions or something like that. And so they really have to think of something, but I don't know what they have planned for that. Yeah. Toppery horse, other pets feel like they would be a good addition. Yeah. The problem, and I've talked about this at length throughout my videos, but how would you make a horse work, like gameplay wise? And I'm happy to hear your suggestions. Maybe some of the developers will see it, you know, but I have mulled it over in my head many times, and I don't really see how you would do it. And so That's why I think it's not gonna happen. Anyway, Keejchen asks, what are your feelings on the game so far, and what genres do you usually play? So my feelings on the game so far is that it's an amazing game, and I've always said the Stoneshard, even in the prologue, it felt like a full game compared to some of the other games that get released these days. You know, don't get me wrong, there are some amazing games out there, and so they are not in that category. I'm just saying that maybe half of the games that are being put out these days, the Stoneshard prologue felt like it was a better game than half the games on the market. They could have called that a full game, and I would have believed it and just bought it. And even now, it's just an amazing game, even if it's not anywhere close to finished. So I'm a simp. That would be the short answer. What concerns do you have the implementation of a horse? I'll go over it in a second. The Keejchen says, no pets. They toyed with the idea of summons, but they struggled to implement early on. Never ruled it out, but they certainly aren't promising it. Summons I could see. Summons that pop up as a spell or something, and then go away after a set amount of turns. Kind of like a summon monster in D&D. I think that could work. And they added this Death Stinger jar, which is kind of the same mechanic. So it's just that... that may be the proof of concept, the Death Stinger jar kind of thing. So I think that could happen, and I would be kind of sad if it never does. I think. But a pet that follows you around everywhere has its own problems. Just like people who've talked about multiplayer in Stoneshard, and I've talked about how I don't think that could ever work. But horses, let's talk horses maybe. The problem is that whenever we move, everyone else moves. And we only would travel one tile per move. So what would you do with a horse? Does a horse allow you to move whenever you spend one time unit? What do you do? Do you still move one square? No, because then why are you sitting on a horse? So you would have to move 2 squares per square or 3 squares per square, like a dash. But that means you're dashing all the time, and you see how powerful the dash mechanic is in the game, right? So that it makes you unkillable. So if you're sitting on a horse, you're immortal. Basically, the enemies would never be able to catch you. You would be able to catch every enemy. Once you have a horse, you also have to ask, why doesn't the enemy have a horse? And if they have horses, then you can't run away because they're faster than you, and then you always die. You can never run away from an enemy. So obviously that doesn't really work either. And so, if a horse was to work in the game, I think it would be you are running 2 tiles per time unit when you walk around on the map. But then you would have to have some sort of mechanic where you get dismounted as soon as combat starts, maybe, so that you are not allowed to ride your horse in battle for balance reasons. I don't think it could work. It simply doesn't. In combat. Yeah, maybe you dismount when in combat, as you are suggesting, Omnipotent. I knew I was going to love the game when the tutorial boss kicked my ass. Yeah, the tutorial was amazing. Yeah, I've replayed the tutorial just for fun sometimes. It's one of the few games where the tutorial feels like a full game. I'm not sure if we can say that about many other games. Really, the tutorial shows that there is a course for implementing a game mode where you just do random dungeons, because honestly the tutorial is so fun that it can be played as like a standalone thing, and I think they have talked about implementing that, and not promising anything. Horse could go to regular movement when in combat, but then as a grown man is as fast as a horse in combat? That's also weird. So much color and depth in this color. Not sure what you mean, Grizzly. In this game, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a beautiful game, for another thing. I love pixel art in general. I think it's amazing what you can do with it. And Stoneshard, it's, to me, the prime example of pixel art. The best I've ever seen, for sure. And maybe I shouldn't have said that, because I'm sure that there will be someone who will be like, this game has the best pixel art, and then I'll have to go like, oh yeah, you're right. But at least then top 10, top 5, whatever. Oh, did I not pick up the stone skin potion? I thought I did. It's there, I see it. Okay. Why don't I have full health? I'm at health 99%. Strange. We're also very close to leveling up, so that would make the fight easier inside here. The Nikev lowers my fumble chance. Okay. I noticed that we are almost thirsty, so let's drink before we go into the combat. Okay. We are going to peek inside before...
You're a wizard, Harry.
They're definitely still waiting for me inside. Yep. And they're not following me outside. Okay, good. That was, what, 2 turns? Jesus. Okay, let's overeat. And then pop healing salve. Oh, thanks for the subscribe, man.
I've come to bargain.
You're a wizard and you've come to bargain. Cool. It finally works. I'm so happy. This little video thing with Doctor Strange, I've been trying to make that work forever, and finally does. I'm so happy. Maybe fast travel locations are the only way to do it. Could be. At least that's a solid way of doing it. But then you're also denying part of it, you know, is walking between the beautiful locations. If we were just fast traveling everywhere, that would also be kind of sad, right? So it's a really difficult balance to strike, and they're not there yet, but they're working on it, right? So just give it some time. I think we have to be like full health here. There we go. For some reason, still sitting at 99%, but whatever. Okay. Stone skin. Now I'm intoxicated. It's not that bad. Kind of annoying. 30%. We don't have an antidote. Okay. Oh, now it threw up. But that gets rid of intoxication. I had actually thought about that. Not that that wasn't intentional, but I had thought that we could overeat sometimes and then make ourselves puke to get rid of intoxication. And there we go. That worked. It was intentional. Of course it was. Good. So now everything is fine. And we have 57 turns of stone skin. Then we pop Seal Power into Seal of Reflection, because why wouldn't we? And then step inside. And I'm gonna die immediately. Let me start by checking. Oh, they have not healed. Ah, okay. Okay, and then of course we do a little impulse reaction. Then we will pop Static Field. Nice, first one down. Then he dazed me. Okay. And I'm also almost out of mana just for that. Question is whether I go outside while the daze is active. I don't see the benefit of staying. And he's got, what? 5 turns of shield raised? How? Shield raised. Activates the following effect for 2 turns. Very strange. There's no point in punching him. That would be silly. So we step outside. 1, 2, 3. Also getting some healing. Any way to recover. Energy would be nice, but we don't have any way. So let's just spend another turn out here. Oh, not like that. Okay. There. And a healing cell 2, because why not? Then we have 44 turns of stone skin. There. One more turn, then we have the seal of reflection is super expensive, so I'm not gonna use that again. Okay, let's go inside. Okay. I didn't check what the stone skin does. Just physical resistance and damage taken lowered. So of course that helped us. I'm not sure if it was needed, but for sure that cemented my victory here. What if instead of moving in turn on a horse, you could move between map tiles? That could be cool. I honestly think that's a great idea, Dracosaurus. That's a pitch anyway. Maybe a random chance to be pulled out of it for comfort. That's another thing. But there's going to be a new kind of fast travel mechanic with the caravan when the game develops a bit more. And that may fix it. And there's also going to be a chance to pop combat, I think, from fast traveling with that or something. So maybe there'll be something there. Have they fixed the part where you couldn't take the cart from the brewery to Oxbrook? There's a new cart mechanic, so I would assume that would have been looked at, but I'm not sure. And Grizzly says, have you found a favorite playstyle? I'm a wizard. And I play like a coward. That's my playstyle. But I'm not sure if it's more than that. I kind of knew that this was the boss room, because of the shape, and so I shouldn't have walked in before I was ready to fight him. But now we're here. Mistakes were made. I'm very likely to hit this thing in the middle. Let's go for a static field on him. I have stone skin right now, so that feels like but that big mace, it's gonna hurt. And he's at 95. Oh, he's got a range 2 ability, this guy, the Skull Crusher. So if I stand still and do a spell here, he will jump and hit me. The question is, should we go a bit closer to the door first, maybe? There's also a chance of him being immobilized with every step here. I will fight him here. Oh, nice. Good. Lucky. I'm almost out of energy too. I'm gonna step all the way up to the door. Okay. He can technically stun lockers forever, but we got lucky. He didn't. And he doesn't follow outside. Good. So we have to door cheese in this dungeon. There's really no other way. And now we will rest up. But at least the dungeon is technically done when I kill him, and then we can do whatever we want, but then leave. Maybe we use the ether inhaler here. Oh, we have this sulfuric sponge. Puts you to sleep, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Intoxication change, yeah. This is the reason why I didn't throw it away, so let's just use it. There, good. This is a tough dungeon to get into. Okay, we will go Seal of Power into Seal of Reflection, and then inside. Curious to see how stealth will be implemented. I'm very much looking forward to do that as well, like playing the stealth build. That'll be super fun, I think. If the caravan locations are reasonably close to one another, then it may not be part of the deal. Looking forward to the Venomancy tree. Would love to be able to make a class based around stealth and alchemy using poisons, toxins, and damage over time and traps. So we can door cheese him even more because he's got a mighty swing every other turn or every time we see him. So we can go out, go in. I'm not going to do that. We're going to play fair. Oh, he's going to kill me. Yeah. Oh, he missed. Okay, we'll just do it again. Do. For the record, I would not take this fight if we were playing on permadeath. We are out of healing salve. For the new viewers, by the way, we normally play everything on permadeath, but for once in my life, well, for the second time in my YouTubing career as a Stoneshard, we are not playing permadeath because I want to explore the entirety of the electromancy tree, and we tend to die too early for me to explore it in depth. I also want to see the new boss. So the next run, and the next few runs, will be on permadeath again. But for this one, we are playing as if on permadeath whenever we can, but we're not, because we want to keep playing. We'll do the whole thing again here. So if I was playing on permadeath, I suppose I would go in, like I am here, and basically door cheese him. Right? We would let him do the mighty swing, and then we would go outside. Because why wouldn't we? It's also kind of weird that he doesn't follow me out. Most of the enemies will follow us, the human enemies will follow us out of the dungeons, but for some reason he doesn't. He missed. He stunned me again and killed me. Okay. So we'll go do it again, and then we will just door cheese him to death, I suppose. Why not? It's the only way I beat him. Ah yes, the classic head splint. Yeah, don't think about it is the answer. But you're right. It's kind of silly.